they're also appealing to like people who like, ancient history.
It's more for like the professor so they can put it in the shelf in the back.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. John, this is Josh. We got another little crowdfunding episode for you guys. I love these, man. I love when we get to talk about new toys, people trying to make their toys, and I love the whole drama of it, right? Where you're just like, will they make it? Will they not?
Yeah, it's fun. Let's get into it, baby.
Let's get into it. So this one's over on Backer Kit, and the way I heard about it was through, I watched PBS Eons, and they recently dropped a promo on it saying, hey, we're doing a mammoth action figure. So it's Creative Beasts is the company, like the actual toy company that's making it. They've partnered with PBS Eons and Complexy to create this, and this is what Eon says, scientifically accurate woolly mammoth. So we're getting it is 1/18th scale. I will say that it is 1/18th scale, but this is a mammoth we're talking about here, friends. So this bad boy is going to be 11 inches long from trunk to rear and 14 inches, including the tusk, and 9 inches tall with 24 points of articulation. And a lot of that's going to be in, the legs and the nose, of course. You also get a little baby mammoth too, little baby mammoth, 3.5 inches long, 2.5 inches high, with 18 points of articulation. But yeah, what are you thinking, Josh?
Oh, I'm all in, baby. I love science. I love Eon's PBS channel. And the fact that they're, telling us like there's scientists involved. There's scientists involved with the toy creators in collaboration to make these masterpieces. These to me are works of art. Going with the 1/18th scale is the right decision. It would have been ridiculous. You cannot do this in 1/12 or 1/6, right? On top of that, there is a previous 1/18th scale Kickstarter. You guys might have heard of it, called Beasts of the Mesozoic. Beasts of the Mesozoic does like, dinosaurs, velociraptors, and they've all done this in the 1/18th scale. So if you have those Beasts of the Mesozoic figures to combine with your Eons figures, you're just like, they scale now with each other. So it's the perfect scale for them because, doing dinosaurs, they're too big. And so, And not only that, let's say maybe you never got the Beasts of the Mesozoic, or, they were kind of pricier because they were very highly detailed, just like Eons, which is why I think they're a good pairing. If you can get those, they're going to still scale with the 1/18th scale Hammond collection. The Mattel Jurassic Park, those might have less sculpt and little paint apps, but those dinosaurs will still scale.
And just to blow your mind a little bit, Creative Beasts, people making this, same people that did Beasts of the Mesozoic. So it's the same company, man.
No wonder they knew it. They knew. They're like, okay, look, you're gonna they can cross compatible. There we go.
Yeah, so it's gonna be from the exact same company. So if you love those figures, you already understand those figures, you're gonna be getting that same thing in this scientifically accurate woolly mammoth. Yeah, I love these little shots here that they did. It was just kind of a side shot here of just a base figure there with a little baby mammoth. I love this, and they're calling it, prehistoric elephants, specifically the proboscians is what they're saying. So that's what that's what the Kickstarter is, or the backer kit is, proboscians. And so proboscians, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but they also have a backer kit exclusive. You can get the snowy version of these mammoths, man. This
Fire.
This is so good, dude. And it's cool too. Like, you're getting the figure, but adding that little bit of paint apps to make it an exclusive. It's not much on your end, but you get it works so well because they're mammoths.
Very good. Do we know the price on these babies?
We'll get to that here. I kind of want to celebrate the figures first. Okay. But yeah, this looks amazing, man. I really do love this. And then as well as with this, and I think this is just more of like a try to get these in more people's hands, they are doing a 1/35th scale woolly mammoth. So it's going to be 7.5 inches long and then 4.25 inches tall. So a lot smaller. It's 1/35th scale with 24 points of articulation.
See, that I think is a mistake, just because, like I mentioned, what is this going to cross-pollinate into? Like with the 1/18th Beast of Mesozoic plus your cheaper Hammond collection. With this, it's like...
This will go with your Star Wars Vintage collection. Just joking.
No, because Star Wars Vintage collection is 1/18th.
I'll say this. Well, 1/18th, but then your mammoth at 1/35th, it's like a mammoth with 1/18th mammoth with 1/6 or 1/12 scale figures, right? That's kind of the same relation that you're going to be getting here, right? A 9-inch figure with a 3 3/4 inch vintage collection, it's almost, that difference is kind of made up in that time. I'll tell you why I think they did this, but we got to get to the price point later. But you are right. This would be a very harder sell to like toy collectors.
But how does this scale with vintage collection? Look at the size of the hand grabbing it. The vintage collection would literally, a vintage collection figure would be at the mammoth's eye.
Right. And
So
a 1/18th figure, a 1/18th mammoth, right, which stands about 9 inches tall. Where would a 1/12th figure stand?
It stands 7 inches tall. The 1/18th.
So 1/18th is 9 inches tall.
So it's like it's 3 inches. So it's like 1/3, like basically 1/3 of the height of the mammoth.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think that relates to the 1/35th scale with vintage? I don't know.
I would hope so, because if not, then the scientists got the measurements wrong. So no,
true,
it has to.
True,
so like
true.
no, it has to scale right, or else the Eons is a sham.
Right. Okay. But yeah, I think there's a reason why they did this, but we'll get into it. Here's just some more in-hand looks from some of the hosts from PBS Eons. We got Callie holding that figure, so I mean it's pretty substantial, right? It's a big figure. I like having these perspective shots here, these scaling shots. But let's get into it. Let's get into the price. Let's get into what we're talking about here. Backer kit. It's currently at 58,476 with 28 days left to go. They have a goal of 185,000 for this prehistoric elephants. What are you thinking?
I don't like that goal. I think that goal is, and maybe it's because what's the funny thing? Believe it or not, Eons is a property, right? So maybe there's some dues that have to be paid there, which have an influence. And that's the whole beauty of like Kickstarters and, like in this case Backer Kit, like these small companies, they don't have to pay dues. They're not tied to anything, and so they can squeeze by making nickels and dimes. Because I think 185 for 1.5 figures, we'll give that guy a half. That's a lot of money for just 1.5 figure as a goal.
Okay.
Just looking at other Kickstarters, right? Like I can go to Galactic Valor. Yeah. Galactic Valor, dude. Yes, a lot of them share the same molds, but he had different chest plates, different feet, different heads. I think it was like a total like a 6 or 7 figure wave at the end of it, and his goal was only like I think 80 or 90 grand. So it's like,
not bad.
185 is a lot.
It's a lot. I agree. Let's break it down here. They do have future unlocks as goals. They, as far as I could tell in the backer kit, I didn't see any numbers associated to that. They're just saying that they have more to unlock. Now let's break it down with the price. So the 1/18th scale woolly mammoth is going to be $200. So that's just the woolly mammoth, no extra paint apps, just that figure, $200. The event or the exclusive for the backer kit will be $225. That's coming with the snow paint and the little baby mammoth. And then you can also add on the baby mammoth, or if you just want the baby mammoth, for $35. And finally, the 1/35th scale woolly mammoth is going to be $55. Now, here's why I think they did the 1/35th scale at a $55. I think it's because it's a lower price point. They're not necessarily only appealing to toy people, but they're also appealing to like people who like, ancient history.
It's more for like the professor, so they can put it in the shelf in the back.
Exactly. And I think that's why, like, I feel like a 1/35th,
it doesn't articulate,
doesn't need to articulate that much. It can sit somewhere. It fits in your palm. Like, it's just something as a prop. It's more of a prop for people who want this, but are like, $200 for a mammoth. That's a little too much for me. But 55, yeah, I'm in for that, right? So I think it's just more of it's a way to catch more people into it.
I mean, we can get these at Best Buy, right? Nah, just playing.
It does look like Best Buy.
Yeah, Best Buy webpage. Dude, even the lettering, like what the freak? This is off Best Buy. I swear, I kid you not.
The same font.
The mammoth in the room, boys. The mammoth in the room, $200. Show me that picture where that boy was holding it. Okay, I always like to find reference points. And the only reference point that I can kind of think of would be maybe Alder the Moose from the Mythic Legions. Alder the Moose was, it's a 1/12th figure. Now, I believe it's pretty comparable. I would say the height and length are the same. I mean, this is just more girthy because it's a mammoth.
Mammoth, right?
Because the moose is bigger than the horse. Yeah. While it does share pieces, they made it larger because mooses are big. I think that moose only ran us like $70. Beautiful paint, articulated where you needed it to be. Yeah. Now this has, I would say, I don't think that. Yeah, I mean, it has the articulated trunk. That's cool. I would say maybe it has like a 25% increase in articulation, so it's not like blowing all of the moose out of the water. And so if that's 70, you're telling me this is almost triple worth that. I just don't think it's there. I don't think 200 is a fair price for this. And then even more ridiculous, I was really excited about that Kickstarter exclusive. I thought it came out great, but you're telling me a white paint with dry brush is worth $25? I don't think so. I'll just elect if I'm all gonna elect and just dry brush that myself with white paint.
You do get the baby mammoth, which is normally 35.
No, oh, you just made things worse for me. The baby mammoth is sold separately.
Correct.
Zooey mama,
35.
we're out. I'm out. Yep, Eons, you can take your IP. Yeah, we're done. Nah. Wait, how much is that baby mammoth?
35 if you buy it by itself.
Yeah, I'm done. $35, John. The thing doesn't even articulate. It's a 5 POA. It's a 5 POA figure.
It has 18 points of articulation.
What? 18 on that baby mammoth? Now I don't know how much ankle movement you're gonna get. Doesn't look like much. Okay, it's articulating more than I thought. There is abdomen, torso, but still 30. Look at the lengths. A 3-inch by 2-inch figure for $35. That's a bigger ripoff than Black Series $25 Yoda. Yeah,
you get less too. There's less extra accessories too.
You know me, guys. I think this is a beautiful figure, but there's just so many things wrong.
I agree. Beautiful, gorgeous figure, well painted. Love all the paint apps, the articulation. I even like the size of it.
Yes, because honestly, dude, you could I was thinking if it was more recently priced, I was really interested in this. Ripping off the tusks and using this as and making custom little baby tusks, so it could be a young mammoth for 1/12 scale. Yeah. It would scale, and imagine having
and you get a barbarian. Oh, dude!
Well, I was thinking more in Mythic Legions. There's the Frost Elves. There's Talon Frostbow, and there's a whole faction of elves that live in the tundra. So to have Talon Frostbow just on a mammoth as her mount, with freaking the bear too riding into battle.
Oh yeah,
that was my thinking. I was
Bodvar.
Rip off those tusks, and it's a teenage one, but
yeah,
200.
And that's kind of why I wanted to just talk about the figure first, and then kind of get into
and I'm glad you pushed back on me, because I would have. Yeah, thank you for pushing back.
Because I do appreciate this figure for what it is, and at that price point, it is kind of outside of some people's regions, right? And with this, with the unlocks too, I'm assuming those will be add-ons, so it's not necessarily you're getting a mammoth for 200 and then you can get everything else, which will definitely sweeten the pot. No, they're extra figures that will be, you have to purchase, of course.
And to be honest, they look cool. Looks like we're getting some sort of rodent, some sort of kind of rhino guy, some sort of.
So we're gonna get a Gompotherium, whatever that is, Moeritherium, and a Platabellodon.
Protoplatypus. That's what that little guy is.
Yeah. And so just different proboscians, things with big old noses. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see what those other ones will look like. I'm sure they'll look great, but they're gonna be, I wonder what those price points are, and if so far what we're cooking here with is $200 or $55.
It bums me so bad, because I feel like I would be all in, and I'm super excited. I love the Ice Age era figures. Even though I don't click 118 scale, I would have a 118 scale figure. And this would also, not only that, but if this was so beautiful, I was interested, it would make me want to go back, because I never got any of the Beasts of the Mesozoic, because I don't click that scale. But this is so beautiful that it would make me want to go back and get those figures.
Right.
But now it's just
you're kind of put off.
They spoiled everything.
Yeah. It is what it is. That those choices were made, and that is what we are at.
Man, PBS charges a pretty penny, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I wonder where that's coming from. But there we go. That is going to be the Prehistoric Elephants backer kit. Check it out. If you're interested, friends, if you do want that mammoth, you're all about it. Don't let us stop you. Right. If you feel like $200 is worth it. They did say it's hand painted, but I mean, a lot of things are hand painted these days.
And honestly, hand painted, what I've learned from Todd McFarlane, because he does advertise $25 figures as hand painted, means one person doing boom, 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 boom. That's hand painted.
That's Todd level, right? That's saying, that counts. Yeah, that does counts. So I'm saying
you can just count that. It's the same thing with the cage-free eggs,
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's different varying levels, but they still get the same stamp.
Exactly.
And so, don't let us stop you. If you feel like $200 is worth it, get it. Support, your creative beasts who, they have their own lines as well, right? The Beasts of the Mesozoic. It's cool that they had this opportunity to partner with a bigger company, and we'll see what comes of it. Maybe something else does.
One last point.
Yeah.
Oftentimes what Kickstarters do is to offset and to offer cheaper toys. They will have a larger goal. Making that larger goal, they'll have more numbers so they can make less money per figure. And so I'm just thinking now, with even such a large goal for one figure, you would think that this would actually there would be more incentive. There should be more reason that this should be more reasonable price. Don't you think? At a nearly $200,000 goal.
With the higher goal, yeah, you want to sell more, you want to be able to get more, so you drop your price a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. And so it's like everything just seems opposite. Like it doesn't make sense. Because like let's say if they had like a $80,000 goal and this was the price, I'm like, that makes sense because they're expecting to sell less units.
Yeah,
they're expecting to sell less units, and they're like, this is more maybe of a collector's item. This is like going to be a limited thing. Not many people are going to get copies of it.
More of a designer toy. Yeah.
Yeah, 185,000. There's going to be a good amount made if they really reach their goal, right?
Yeah, at a 200 price point, if they, just the mammoth, they're making a lot. Yeah, that's true. It is what it is. Beautiful figure. Beautiful. I think Creative Beasts knocked it out of the park. I think they did a great job on this figure. So shout out to them. But I think a little bit of that corporate mindset, or maybe the corporations kind of come in and made some changes.
That's such a great point. Like, what is the company called? Creative Beasts?
Yeah, Creative Beasts.
Dude, I hope we see more from them. They got to do more stuff. Maybe even just like, what I would love is just like 1/12 animals. Like just doing like a jaguar, a lion, those could be retailed for $50-$60. Think about all the possibilities. And I feel like people that collect all lines would buy animals. So they need they need to go like this. Eons, PBS, Hakadooses. Let's go make our own thing.
Yeah, like buy it. Let's do our own thing. I
agree. Dude. They got to get out of that.
I always get reminded of what David Vonner said, right? When we were talking to him, he's like, death by paper cuts, right? It's all these little cuts that we make, and then ultimately nothing happens. You get a bad deal. So, but yeah, shout out Creative Beasts. Go check out their toys. Beast of the Mesozoic. If you're interested in woolly mammoth, friends, here it is for you at 1/18 scale. You also get a little baby mammoth, which is cute. All my Ice Age fans, you want this. Make sure.
Dude, don't hurt me more than I am.
I'm sorry.
I love my Ice Age. Dude. Come on, give me that saber tooth and that sloth.
the sloth. Yeah, friends. So, but yeah, go check it out. It's on Backer Kit. Link will be down below in the description. As always, friends, keep collecting, keep playing. May the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.